We are done with the first race of the semifinals, and it was a weekend to forget for Ryan Blaney, who's looking to defend his title. His problems started all the way back during the practice session, and now his results in Las Vegas have put him in huge trouble for the next 3 races. In the first race of the NASCAR Cup Series semifinals, Ryan Blaney endured a tough weekend, which significantly affected his playoff standing. The race, held at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, was a critical opportunity for Blaney to build momentum and secure points. Unfortunately, things didn't go his way. He struggled with the setup of his car and faced handling issues that prevented him from being competitive. Blaney's team made several adjustments, but he couldn't break into the top contenders, finishing far behind their leaders. He ended up finishing 32nd and earning just 5 points. Blaney's poor result comes at a crucial time in the playoffs, as each race in the semifinals has heightened significance. With 2 races left in the round, including the unpredictable Martinsville Speedway, Blaney will need strong performances to keep his championship hopes alive. His bad weekend puts him in a must-recover situation, facing an uphill battle to make it into the Championship 4. Ryan Blaney's crash during the practice session at Las Vegas Motor Speedway may have had a significant impact on his race performance. Following the incident, Blaney admitted to experiencing headaches and concussion-like symptoms after the race, which likely affected both his physical and mental sharpness behind the wheel. Concussion-like symptoms, such as headaches and dizziness, can impair a driver's reaction time and focus, 2 critical elements in a sport that demands quick decision-making at high speeds. Blaney, already in a challenging playoff situation, would have been dealing with physical discomfort throughout the race, which could have hindered his ability to push the car to its full potential. NASCAR drivers are subjected to intense G-forces, and the physical strain of managing a 500-mile race and any health issues can exponentially increase fatigue and stress. The psychological strain of dealing with a crash before a critical race can also weigh heavily on a driver. The fear of recurring symptoms or another incident could have caused Blaney to drive more cautiously than usual. With the pressure of advancing to the Championship 4, these added stressors may have prevented him from racing aggressively enough to secure a better result. But despite his symptoms, Blaney could not afford to miss the race at Las Vegas. Given that this is the playoffs, every single race matters. If Blaney had not participated in the race, NASCAR would have to kick him out of the playoffs. So Blaney had no choice but to race with the symptoms he may or may not have had. This could have affected his performance during the race. We did see Blaney make some errors that he usually doesn't make. Crashing during practice also meant that Blaney had to rely on a backup car for the race. Backup cars often don't perform as well as the primary cars, as they're not as finely tuned for the specific track. Combined with Blaney's post-crash symptoms, this could have further reduced his competitiveness during the race, leading to the subpar result that put him in a precarious playoff position. Blaney's health and lasting effects of the crash will be a key concern moving forward, especially as he approaches the next race in the semifinals. Here's what Blaney said after the race. I think it's pretty sane. We have to win, you know. We're way too far away on the cut line to try to point our way in honestly. So yeah, you just have to try to win Homestead or Martinsville. And we honestly thought, going into this round, we had the idea of just, you're probably going to have to win one of these races anyway to advance. We're still alive. It's definitely not the best of days. It was just a rough weekend overall. We still have 2 more weeks, so we're definitely not out of it, said Blaney. For Ryan Blaney to secure a spot in the Championship 4, he must deliver exceptional performances in the remaining 2 semifinal races. After his difficult weekend in Las Vegas, he finds himself in a challenging position, needing to close the points gap or secure a win to advance. Here's what Blaney must do in the next 2 races. Homestead Miami Speedway is the next race, and Blaney must use it as a platform to gain as many points as possible. Historically, Homestead is a track that rewards drivers with a strong handling package, and Blaney's team needs to get the setup right to keep pace with other contenders like Kyle Larson and William Byron. A top 5 or top 10 finish is essential for him to regain ground in the standings. Martinsville is the final race of the semifinals and could be a make or break event for Blaney. Martinsville's short track nature often results in aggressive driving, which can lead to wrecks and chaos. Blaney will need to stay out of trouble, avoid costly penalties or incidents, and capitalize on stage points. If he can position himself well in this race, he might have a chance to make the Championship 4 without needing to win outright. If Blaney can't gather enough points at Homestead or Martinsville, his only remaining option will be to win one of these races. A victory at either track would lock him into the Championship 4. Given his team's capabilities and his past performances on intermediate tracks and short tracks, a win isn't out of reach. But Blaney and his crew will need to be flawless to make it happen. Blaney's margin for error is slim, and his team will need to execute perfect strategy in pit stops while hoping for favorable circumstances on track. While Ryan Blaney struggled to stay competitive during the Las Vegas race due to his crash and health concerns, he shifted focus to helping his teammate Joey Logano secure the win. Blaney, already out of contention for valuable points, made the strategic decision to assist Logano, who was in a position to win the race. As the race unfolded, Blaney fell a lap down on the leader, but rather than retreating to ride out the event, he played a key role in hindering one of Logano's main competitors, Christopher Bell. Blaney positioned himself in front of Bell, creating dirty air, a phenomenon where turbulent air disrupts the aerodynamic flow over a trailing car. This made it difficult for Bell to maintain speed and challenge Logano for the lead. By disrupting Bell's airflow, Blaney essentially slowed down Bell's pace just enough to give Logano a critical advantage. This tactical move proved valuable for Logano as it kept Bell from catching him in the final laps, allowing Logano to go on and secure the win. Blaney's sacrifice and teamwork reflect the importance of cooperation within teams like Team Penske, especially when one driver is out of contention and another is fighting for a playoff victory. After the race, Blaney said he did no such thing. 20 didn't get to me until the last corner, Blaney explained. I don't know what the hell you think I'm blocking for. I'm running the top. I'm not taking anyone's air away. He should have maybe got to the 22 quicker. He would have been able to pass me pretty easy, but he was half a lap too late. Although Blaney did not block Bell, he did dirty up the air, which slowed down the 20. But Christopher Bell understood that Penske was just playing smart and appreciated the team for their strategy. Regardless of how much time he had, the 12 car was with Joey, trying to play defense for him. So it was going to take the right move to get by him, but we had, 30, almost 40 lap newer tires. I think it's fair game and, props to him, said Bell via Bob Hawkers of Fox Sports. I think the 22 winning was probably bad for the 12, because they're racing each other for points to get in. So, Penske, they won the race and got one car in, so they did it right. The next two races of the NASCAR Cup Series semifinals are set to deliver high-stakes action as 7 drivers, including Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Tyler Reddick, and Chase Elliott battle for the 3 remaining spots in the Championship 4. Joey Logano, with his victory in Las Vegas, has already secured his place, leaving the rest to fight it out. The first of the remaining semifinal races is at Homestead, an intermediate track that rewards drivers who can adapt to changing conditions throughout the race. Expect Kyle Larson and William Byron to be strong contenders here, as Hendrick Motorsports cars have been consistently fast on intermediate tracks. Larson, in particular, thrives on high-banked tracks like Homestead, and his aggressive style makes him a strong candidate for victory. Denny Hamlin, who has won at Homestead in the past, will be looking to lock himself into the Championship 4, especially after missing out on a win in Las Vegas. Tyler Reddick, who also excels on high-speed tracks, could be a dark horse to either win or accumulate valuable points to stay in the fight. Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott, however, will need to push for solid top 10 or better finishes. Blaney, after a tough Las Vegas race, must gain points, while Elliott, in a rare playoff appearance due to his season struggles, needs a standout performance to stay relevant. As the semifinals wrap up, Larson, Hamlin, and Byron are the most likely to secure the remaining Championship 4 spots, based on their consistency and performance at the upcoming tracks. Blaney, Reddick, and Elliott will need either near-perfect finishes or a win to leapfrog into contention. Bell has a solid chance to advance, but must avoid mistakes and stay ahead of the competition. With so much on the line, the intensity will only increase as drivers face the pressure to advance to the season's ultimate race at Phoenix.